Hi, I'm Rhiannon Faith, and I'm here to tell you a story, this one about my mom. Since it's Mother's Day, I just wanted to share a bit about the specialness that I got to enjoy as a child and as an adult with my mom. So my mom is an incredibly creative person, and she's great in art and photography, any kind of creative anything. She would do a lot of interesting cooking, recipe passing on, but like textile crafts, we would do sewing and knitting and things of that nature. But she was so huge on experience with us. So my sister and I were along for the ride when my parents had gone back to college, and then my mom continued in school much later. So my brother got the mom in college experience as she finished her bachelor's and then her master's degree. So all of us kind of got a little bit of that. But when my parents were in college when we were young, so I was 4 when they started back and my sister was 1, my mom would hook us up with all of these different neat experiences that were available to students, like student discounts or free occasions. So like if the ballet was in town, there would be a student day where you could get tickets for like, she maybe paid $4 and we got in free because we were kids. And so we would go to the ballet. It was a dress rehearsal. So it was the same experience, except it didn't cost a ton. And we'd go to, symphony events. And I remember going to a quartet that was really incredible. And like all of these different things, going to museums. And we spent tons of time in the library, just a lot of enrichment and immersiveness in arts. And I am so grateful for that because it it created an appreciation and also a dedication to that, like to see art in all forms and see it in different aspects of life. My dad was an architect, so we'd see too, like the architectural elements, but it was through that lens of creativity that my mom had sort of painted for us. She would take us on scavenger hunts and all of these different things that we did that were free, going to a park or taking a blanket and having a picnic in the park with our stuffed animals. We would have all of these wild and wonderful adventures. And I'm sure for her it was very hard and stressful. Again, as it's interesting to see things from the reflection or the look back from the perspective of having been a parent now. What was that like? It had to have been stressful and challenging, and she navigated it, I would say, really well. She was always very gentle with us, even though gentleness wasn't always warranted. But she was rare to yell at us. It was more, the thing that would be the absolute worst would be disappointing. So like psychological warfare was high in my household. And so we existed on this very well-behaved, do the right thing, connect with others meaningfully. And again, all of that was sort of a foundation that our mom had laid. Being a very hard worker, being studious and dedicated, like those were things our mom more than modeled, and sacrifices, that there was like nothing that you should hold back from sacrificing for your children. So I remember when I was in like 1st through 3rd grade, she was going to school, kindergarten through almost 3rd grade. So she was going to school. She had a part-time job at our private school, so we could go to private school. She would do like yard duty and stuff. And then she would work part-time in the catering department at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. So we would always have food. And then she also cleaned the dance studio so my sister and I could take dance lessons. And so again, I modeled a lot of my behaviors from what I saw from my mom. Like, sacrifices are nothing if you're providing for your kids. And I'm sure to a certain degree, those are things she saw from her mom. But I'm really grateful for the lessons that she taught us through that diligence. And I would say that her love language is more like the acts of service. And so she gave us that in a lot of ways, again, creating these experiences and opportunities. And I can't say enough about how grateful I am for that. I offered those same kind of dynamics to the kids. I got a little bit away from it in mid-years of parenting, but like have definitely restored back that let's have experiences, let's go on adventures, let's explore. And so that was really precious, again, like creating legacy. And so thanks, Mom. I love you. Happy Mother's Day. Come back again. I'll tell you another story.